important. And I noticed that not every one of you are on daily growth, which is fine, but maybe after today it won't be, because I hope that you guys will understand the value and why daily growth actually makes so much sense as a professional to plug into. So, consistency. Here's the scientific mechanism behind being consistent with something regularly. So daily repetition strengthens neural pathways through habit loop reinforcement in the basal ganglia. It reduces decision fatigue and increases cognitive efficiency. So what does that mean? Does everybody brush your teeth in here? Okay. Do you think about what you're doing when you brush your teeth? Okay. So what has happened is originally when you started brushing your teeth, someone had to tell you, you put the toothpaste on. After you put the toothpaste on, you have to do the round. You got to go all the way in the back. You got to do this. Like you had to think about it. And then after you've done it for so long, your brain creates a neural pathway, banks it and says, this is just what we do every single day. And going to daily growth, the daily growth portion of it, that's going to be new every day. Like we're learning new stuff every day. We're talking about new stuff every day. The repetition of it is going to be the gratitude, but then also just the showing up at the same time every day. If you train your brain that this is the time I show up and this is when I start working, eventually it'll be like brushing your teeth. You just show up at 9 o'clock and you start working, and it will help you habit stack other things inside of your work. So like lead generation, right? So research. In 2010, a study in European Journal of Social Psychology found that consistent daily repetition led to an automatic habit formation in an average of 66 days. So I have read other studies as little as 30 days. So we put on daily growth Monday through Friday from 9 to 9:30. Doesn't matter where you're at. You could be at home. You could be here. If you guys plug in, turn it on, don't even have to have your face on. Just put your headphones in and listen. It's just going to start reinforcing a habit, and that is a positive habit that you can then stack other habits onto. So, all right, gratitude. So we begin every daily growth with a gratitude. So the way it'll look on daily growth is 1 or 2 people will express their gratitude or win. And then everybody else in the chat will be like, I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this. And people will like and comment in the chat. But when you express gratitude at the beginning of the day, it actually it activates the medial prefrontal cortex. So it activates your executive function. So now you're using the front part of your brain. It releases dopamine and serotonin, which puts you in a positive mood. Has anybody ever tried to lead generate in a bad mood? Yes. Sucks, huh? This reinforces a more positive activity. So in 2015, a study by Kinney showed that participants who participated in daily growth journaling had lasting activations in brain regions linked to reward and empathy even 3 months after. In other words, if you start your day with gratitude every single day, or end it, you can end it at night with gratitude as well, but if you just leverage daily growth as the habit, then what will happen is your body and your brain and your physiology will naturally start to gravitate towards gratitude and positivity without even trying. So on autopilot, you could now insert gratitude into your day every single day. Focus. Morning focus sessions exploit the prefrontal cortex dominance after sleep, when mental resources and intention for planning and problem solving are at their peak. Everybody here do the worst first? You guys know what that means? Like do the hardest thing the very first, because that's when you have the most willpower. Eat the frog, exactly. But what this also is suggesting that if you start your day with a consistent regiment, it will guide you into the eating the worst first right off the call. It'll be much easier to do. I don't have to talk about that. And then the last piece. This is the biggest one, guys. 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 9:30, business conversations. We are talking about business. We're talking about your business. We're talking about your challenges, your wins, the objections you're dealing with every single day. The cool thing is you might not be getting an objection, but someone else will say, hey, I'm getting this objection all the time. And now you get to hear somebody else's issue and how we would solve it. And guess what happens when you get that objection? You already know how to handle it. So you're now learning in real time from other people's challenges. So starting the day with purposeful conversation triggers the social engagement system, elevating oxytocin and boosting motivation, trust, and group coherence. So in other words, by starting your day talking about business, it's much easier to start engaging in business off the call. And raise your hand if you don't want more business. Okay, so then raise your hand if you're going to go to daily growth. Oh, okay. Come on, peer pressure. Peer pressure. All right. Sweet. What are some ahas or thoughts around that? What are your guys' thoughts around starting your day right? Oh, wow.
Create a habit.
Say again?
Create habit.
Creating the habit. Okay. Did you have one?
Yeah, if you just, start your day in a positive mindset and, kind of prioritize what your goals are for the day, it makes it easier just to, step into that and accomplish it.
Love it.
It's super important.
Yeah, so here's what he's saying that you guys could take out of this is starting your day with it makes it a lot easier. The hardest part is figuring out how to create the consistency in your morning. That's the hardest part. That's solved. All you have to do is call and log in. That's it. The rest is all solved for you. The gratitude, the business conversation, all of it. So the consistency, yes.
I think it's great that this is nationwide too. You guys are going to hear from agents all over the country, not just here in our little bubble. So you're going to get knowledge and ideas and strategies from people that you might not have a chance to network with here.
That's a great point. Excellent point. All right, one more.
I'll say something. Something I heard in this morning's call was consistent habits centered around growth will create consistent business.
Love that. Love that. And then as I think your takeaway on the daily growth today was my definition of consistency, guys, is consistency is all it is knowing that when you stop doing something, all you have to do is start again. So the issue that we tend to run into as salespeople or even human beings is we commit to doing something, we fall off, we stop doing it. Then we let the guilt, the shame, or the judgment say, I didn't do what I said I was going to do, so I don't do that. Versus saying, oh shit, I stopped doing that. I'm just going to start doing it again. It's that simple. That's what consistency is. And that's the common trend that we see with top producers when we talk to them. They don't do it perfectly every time, every single day. But when they fall off, they realize they fell off and they get right back on. Kara's a great example. She's like, I fall off of Savers. She does Savers every morning. And when she falls off, she's like, oh crap, I stopped doing it. I'm going to start doing it again. It's as simple as that. So, all right, gratitude.